beautiful human. Welcome back to my channel. So today we're back at the desk where we started because we have some things that we need to get in order, and I feel like when I'm at a desk, that's like, get your shit together, you have work to do. So today we are talking about how we are getting disciplined in 2024. So I've talked about it in a previous video that I have not been working since September of last year, and has been really nice because I typically do not have moments in my life where I am just kind of resting and floating and figuring things out. My life is typically very go, 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 one thing to the next, one thing to the next, one thing to the next. And so these last 4 months of like just kind of rolling around in bed when I feel like it, moving when I feel like it, not moving when I feel like it, has been really nice. However, it's time to get your life together, Angeline, because you are operating on such a chaotic and sporadic schedule that you don't know what you're accomplishing throughout the day and what you're not. So that is why we have these 5 tips on getting disciplined for 2024. And they are not tips that I am giving to you as if I have mastered them. Again, I say this channel is just for me to take y'all along with me as I try new things in my life and see if they work. So these are the 5 things I wrote down in December when it pertains to how I was going to get my life in order for January. I know I talk a lot about you don't have to wait till the new year to start, and you can like check in whenever you need to. However, trying to get into a routine during the holiday season is probably the worst time to try to get into routine. So I just kind of let life continue to ebb and flow from December 20th to January 1st, and just like took day by day, event by event, family member house by family member house, and enjoyed the holiday season. By the time January 2nd hit, after all of the family festivities and events, it was like, it's time to get your life back in order. So these are the 5 things I'm doing to get my life back in order, and I hope you take something from it. But before I even get into the tea, what I need you to do is like and subscribe to my channel. So let's hop into it. Number 1 is set working hours. So even though I'm not working a traditional 9 to 5, I still have areas in my life that need tending to, that I have to do work for on a consistent basis. I'm a teaching assistant, as well as I'm writing my dissertation. I have now started to be consistent on YouTube. I have a household to tend to. So I need some sort of schedule throughout my day. And so setting working hours is a good way to say, this is when I start and this is when I end. When we're setting those working hours, I really wanted to think about how long do I need in the morning to get my life together. So I am a morning person. However, I'm the kind of morning person that wants to get up and do my own thing for like an hour and a half before I figure out what I'm going to do in terms of work. So right now, my wake up time is 5:45, and I sit down at this desk to do work starting around 9 o'clock. So from 5:45 until 9, I'm reading, I'm doing my devotional, I'm making breakfast, I'm making the bed, I'm starting to load the laundry. I'm just kind of doing a little household pickup and self-inventory before my day starts. My working hours right now are from 9 to 9. So when 9 o'clock hits, I'm at this desk doing something. When 9 o'clock p.m. hits, I'm closing the laptop, shutting down the electronics, and really honing into what's happening at home. So tip number 1 is set working hours, whether you are in a 9 to 5 or not, or whether you're in a 9 to 5 and you need to set working hours for what you're going to do after you get off from your regular daytime job. Maybe your working hours for things outside of your job need to be 5 to 9. So you have a 9 to 5 and you have a 5 to 9 in order to achieve things in your personal life. So right now, my working hours are 9 to 9. Number 2, I've talked about it in 2 separate videos, and at this point, it is going to be a staple in my 2024. Set your phone outside of your bedroom. If your phone is the way you're waking up in the morning, because right now I don't have another alarm clock, I set it on the opposite end of this office, which is probably about 15 steps from my bed. And those extra steps really do make all the difference in getting myself together in the morning. So the alarm goes off at 5:45. I have to get up out the bed, walk across to this office, turn the alarm clock off. By then, Pepper is awake, the dogs are looking at me, they want to go to the bathroom, and then my day starts. I don't really have an opportunity to climb back in bed. So set your phone outside the bedroom. Number 3, I talked about this as well, is a morning and nighttime menu. And tailoring that to what your week looks like is so beneficial. If you are wondering what a morning and nighttime menu consists of, you can check out either my ins and outs for 2024, or you can check out 23 things I learned in 2023. I talk about it in both of those videos. It is a staple for how I set the tone for my morning and wind down at night. Number 4 is a little bit of a tongue twister, so y'all bear with me. Number 4 is you only need enough task areas in your life as you have days of the week plus one rest day. So, prime example, I'm going to use myself. I am a TA. I am a student. I am working on my own business things. Then I have some private practice stuff that I'm doing. And I am still in search of another job. Plus, I've got some other things going on. Number 6, I'm not going to mention on the internet. And then on top of that, I'm a wife, I'm a friend, I'm a sister, I'm a daughter. So I need one day to fulfill things that fill me up on the inside and make me a better human. So I can't add anything else to my plate. That's a good way to know when to say no. That's also a good way to say, okay, on Monday, I'm going to work on my dissertation because I'm a graduate student. On Tuesday, I'm going to work on my TA assignment and make sure all the things for the course I teach are uploaded or graded. On Wednesday, I am going to only see my private practice clients. So that is my full day for private practice. On Thursday, I am going to work on all things with withangiek so that I can make sure all business emails are responded to. I can make sure all content is worked on and created and uploaded and scheduled. And then on Thursday, I have this. Friday, I have that. This is my rest day, right? So that's the way you need to think of it. And when you break those task areas down and you start to say to yourself, okay, I don't have capacity for anything else, number 1. And I can really focus on those task areas during that specific day of the week to make sure that I fulfill my duty, my purpose, whatever the case may be, on that specific day for that delegated task. So we want to make sure that we are reaching our maximum potential and not spreading ourselves too thin. So number 4, again, is kind of a tongue twister, but it makes complete sense. Only give yourself enough responsibilities or tasks as you have days of the week plus your rest day. I like to say plus 2 rest days. So I only need to be involved in 5 things. And I need to dedicate my time to those 5 things specifically, separately, so that I can reach a desired goal or milestone in those task areas. And last but not least, we have number 5. And number 5 is pretty simple as well. It is schedule out your week in advance. Every Sunday I sit down, I hop on this computer, I grab my notebook and my task planner, and I get to work. And when we say schedule out your week in advance, I use a digital planner. I use Google Calendar to time block. I get my handy notebook. Sorry, Marley. When I say schedule out your week, I want you to schedule it or think about scheduling it in 3 areas. So a digital time blocked calendar, a brain dump of what you consider you need to do or what needs to get done, and then a task calendar. So I use Google Calendar. I time block. Marley is talking to y'all too. I time block everything from day to day, from the time I wake up and start my devotional and prayer into when am I going to gym, what appointments do I have, what Zoom calls do I have, what other things need to take place or precedent throughout the week. Then after I've time blocked everything in my Google Calendar, I'll hop over here to my notebook and start writing down things that I think I need to achieve in terms of schoolwork, in terms of every task area in my life. Then I will say, okay, let me grab my task planner and start writing down when I want to complete certain tasks that week. I use Aaron On Demand's Top 3 Planner, and you guys, a little card fell out. It's perfect. As you can see, what you have is a top 3. I don't know if y'all can see that, but you have your top 3. And then once you complete your top 3, this section says, move on to these tasks once the top 3 have been completed. And I just kind of write some things down that I can complete that are fairly small tasks, and maybe drop this off at the dry cleaner, run by Target, create a thumbnail, like really small tasks that I can do. And then over here, it allows you to map out your daily schedule, which I take what's on my Google Calendar and put it over here so I can look at this as I'm working on the task that I have written out for the day. So that's it, y'all. Those are my how I'm going to get disciplined in 2023 top 5 tidbits. Really simple, really effective. I know I'm only on day 11 of consistently doing these things, but I'm a firm believer that once you get over the hump of doing something and you stay consistent, it only becomes easier. And so day 11, we're about 2 weeks in. I'm going to keep going. Comment some of the things that you do to get yourself disciplined. Let me know if there are some things that are working for you, some things that you've learned don't work for you. Comment and tell me your favorite tip. I really appreciate you guys taking time to watch this video. And until next time, like, follow, subscribe. Follow me on other social media platforms at withangiek. And that's all, babes. Toodles. Have a good day.